Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, let's get the official news out the way before we get to the bullshit. Gotta talk about this general Petreaus situation that we got going. I'm hoping that this is not going to be a little smear on Barack's second year, the beginning of his second year term, because it just, something ain't right. General Petreaus, he was the head of the CIA, and just suddenly the other day he decided to resign from his post because he felt like he had made improper decisions in conducting himself in this affair with this woman who was writing a book about him. They had become very close in their days in Afghanistan. She was writing a book about his life, and somewhere along the lines they got a little bit more comfortable with each other than his wife would have liked it to be. And supposedly all this didn't happen until after the election. You guys all know, like I know myself, that Barack Obama did not need this type of drama in his life the week of the elections. And now there is a little bit of a question as to whether or not they buried this stuff until the elections were done. Now, that is the official reason that they're saying that he resigned from his position. However, there's a little bit more to it. You guys remember that Libya attack? You guys, that Libya attack is going to haunt the Obama administration, I believe. When they had the Libya attack, I don't really know a whole bunch about it, but what it seems like happened was there were some American delegates that was in Libya, and when the terrorists came in to attack them, there was some proof that the CIA knew about the attack before it happened, I believe, or that it was just about to start happening. And they're saying that General Petreaus gave the order for the people to stand down and not protect those American delegates that were there. So that was like 4 people that was there that was killed. The big question is, why did Petreaus send the order for them not to be protected? Of course, if we have Americans anywhere around the world, they should be protected if they're able to be so. Now the question is, why did Petreaus give this order for them not to be protected? And there's nobody that could give Petreaus in his highest post that he has, nobody above him that could give him an order to stand down other than the president. This is where it's fallen onto the Barack Obama's hands, because now they're trying to make it seem like Barack Obama was the one who gave the order not to protect the Americans there. Now, there might be a whole bunch more to this, but I'm just letting you guys know the general, the basic. They really got a lot of people kind of concerned about it. Even, Dianne Feinstein, who I actually have a lot of respect for, and she's a senator in California, and she's a Democrat, and she's just like, you know what, this is not okay. We were not informed what was going on with the CIA. The Senate should always know what's going on, and we feel like it was buried until after the elections and everything. And this is just no longer a Republican problem. This is a nationwide problem for all the citizens of the United States. Need to know exactly what's going on, what is really going on here. And to me, it is strange that Petreaus would resign over an affair. We had Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was impeached. Okay, he actually was found that he had an affair and that he lied about it and everything, and he did not leave the office. Okay, and I'm kind of wondering why Petreaus left office also. I understand that, being in the military and honor is everything, but I just feel like it was something that maybe him and his wife could have handled, and it just sounds like it might be more to the story. Just might be more to the story, you guys. And I'm just saying that we're going to keep our eyes open and see exactly what goes on from here on out. And but I just wanted to let you guys know. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions, and correct me where I'm wrong, and add to whatever the story that you have. My first question is, who didn't know out there that the guy who did the voice for Elmo was gay? Who didn't know that? Now, I mean, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to say that there's a certain way that a person got to be gay or not, but I think that we all had an idea that he might be gay, right? Okay. It comes out the other day that he's gay, and that he had improper relations with an underage boy. Everything went crazy, okay? They said that he had been slept with some kid, and it was just like everybody got all freaked out because it was just like, oh my God, he almost fucking a boy. Turns out that this boy that he was supposed to be sleeping with was not necessarily underage. The kid was actually 23 years old. And it sounds like he was really trying to get some he was trying to get something out of either the Sesame Street Foundation or he was trying to get something out of Kevin Clash. Now, Kevin Clash has been doing the voice of Elmo since 1984, and you guys know that Elmo has been like a very big deal for Sesame Street. I mean, he is probably more popular than any other character in this show, even more so than Big Bird and Bert and Ernie. I'm sure that they don't want to let their Elmo character go. The producers of the show said that this kid, this 23-year-old kid, Sheldon Stevens is his name. Sheldon contacted the show back in the summertime, I think they said June or July, and he let them know that the Steven Clash guy had an improper relationship with him when he was underage, when he was 16 or something like that. So they had him come into the office. They talked to him a few times. They talked to Steven about it a couple of times, and they had concluded that the boy was lying. They didn't feel like they needed to fire him or anything because he hadn't done anything wrong. But they did let him take a leave of absence because I guess they're saying that maybe he needs to follow up on it and, you know, press any charges that he needs to do or whatever like that. What it sounds like they're doing is they're just kind of trying to let it all die down, kind of let him get on, you know, get off the show for a few minutes and let everybody kind of forget about the incident and then bring him on back in. Now, what is wrong with people? I mean, and now it's coming out that the boy got a damn arrest. He was arrested back in the day for, you know, trying to, he stole somebody's necklace at knife point, you know, when he was working as an intern at some record label or some shit. I mean, people are so crazy. Now, what I'm gonna need for Mr. Steven Clash to do is find him somebody fucking his age, okay? Now, I ain't got no problem. I understand that people want to date whoever they want to date and everything, but you need to date somebody that got as much to lose as you do. I done told everybody that. So, yeah, he need to get it together. Sesame Street said they're not getting rid of Elmo. I don't know what that means. Like, who's gonna be doing Elmo's voice? We're gonna have some man like, hey, kiddies, how you doing, kiddies? My name is Elmo. We'll see when Steven Clash makes it back in the studio. It had come out a few months ago that Usher Raymond was going to sell the house that Tamika Raymond had been living in since their 2009 divorce settlement. She quickly shot down the rumors and said no, she was not moving out the house, and, you know, whoever had said they had got their information wrong. Well, I don't think they got the information wrong, you guys, because Usher has listed the house. The house is on the market for sale right now for $3 million. And it looks like he was just waiting to make sure that he won his case. And now that he has custody of his kids that she has to turn over, I believe, by November 20th per their new custody agreement. Now he's feeling like she don't really need that big old house no more. It's a 6-bedroom, 7-bathroom house, and he's just like he about to sell it. Okay, so you know, I don't really know how fast that house is going to sell, but it looks like Tamika is going to have to find somewhere else to live. I think it's kind of toe up, right? But then, you know, when you think about it, it's just like, why would he be paying for her to live in a house when he's already took the kids? And, you know, that was the only one thing, that was probably the one reason why he hadn't already put her out the house. What does one person need all these rooms and bathrooms? And I'm sure that's what he's thinking. So, you know, he's just like, you know, a good riddance, get the hell on. It's just sad, boy. He is really on the warpath. So you guys, looks like Tamika is going to be looking for a home here in Atlanta very shortly. Tamara Mowry Housley, I think that's how you say her last name, and her husband Adam has welcomed into the world a bouncing new baby boy. His name is Aiden, and Aiden was born earlier in this week, I believe, and he was 9 pounds, something like 15 ounces. I was like, that's a big ass kid. If anybody watches the show, you saw that she was pregnant, and it had got down to the point where she was pretty much ready to have the baby. Even just right before she had the baby, she had blogged how she was just kind of tired of being pregnant. It was 39 weeks, and how she tried to naturally induce her labor by drinking pineapple juice and primrose oil. I can't even say it. Primrose oil. Where the hell do you even get some fucking primrose oil? Who told her that that's what the hell you supposed to drink? Pineapple juice make your coochie smell good. That's it. I'm gonna tell you what to use, because this is what I did with my first one. With Joe, I was so sick of being pregnant, and I had some issues with going into labor early. So I had went into labor like at 30 weeks or something like that. So they had taken me off work, and, you know, they had put me on medication and stopped my contractions and all that. So when I knew I had got to 36 weeks, I was just like, okay, this baby is, the bun is done. Okay, it's ready to come on out. So I went and I got some castor oil. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what castor oil do. It get all the shit up in your stomach bubbling. And after a while, it be ready. Okay, so what happened with me is that I started having contractions, you guys. I was having serious contractions for 3 days. Now, the problem with taking castor oil and you having contractions is still if all the rest of the bottom part ain't ready. Okay, meaning the cervix and all that is not soft, you can contract all you want. Okay, if you're not dilating, then you're just contracting. So that's what I was doing. I was contracting for 3-4 days. I went into my contractions on a Friday, and I didn't have my son until a Monday. So I was in and out the hospital, and it was just a freaking nightmare. But honey, we got that show on the road though. You know, all y'all people out there that's pregnant or whatever, I'm gonna tell you, y'all quit fucking around with that pineapple juice and the primrose oil and all of that. You get you some castor oil and you wait for the show to get started. You guys, listen to this story. So back in 2006, this guy, they're just calling him John Doe at this point, but this 49-year-old father of 2, he was married. He went and bought a lottery ticket from his, you know, local market in his area where he lived. When he looked at his numbers, he knew that he won. So he went back to the store and he was like, I think I won $5,000. Somebody there had already told him, no, it don't look like that's 5,000, look like that's 5 million. But then the store owners, the 2 brothers that own the store, they talked him out of it and was like, no, it's not $5 million, it's $5,000 that you won here. And you know that if you get this $5,000 from the state, that they're going to tax you and you're going to have to pay like, you know, 40% on that $5,000, you know, and that means that you only going to get pretty much like $3,000. And you know what, if you want, we'll give you this $4,000 right now. You ain't got to worry about the taxes. So the man right on the spot went on and sold the damn ticket to the 2 brothers. Okay, got his $4,000 and hit the streets. These 2 guys, they decided that they was gonna wait, not cash in the lottery ticket too soon, and just kind of hold it off and, you know, let everything die down from it. Well, they waited to the very last day. I believe you can hold on to the lottery ticket for 7 years or something like that. They waited until the very last day that they could claim it. They went in and they went to the lottery administration and they told them that, you know, we don't really want no fanfare. You know, we don't want to be on the news and we don't want any press about us winning and everything. We just want to collect our $5 million. Well, the lottery administration thought that was strange. Like, why are you telling us that you don't want us to say anything? And then why did you wait fucking 7 years? Who sits on $5 million for 7 damn years? So the lottery administration did the exact opposite and put out in the newspaper about the story about these guys and that, you know, that they won this money. Well, then it finally did come about that this was this John Doe's money and how they tricked him. And it was good that they had a witness at the time because that person turned them in. And y'all, John Doe is fixing to come up on $5 million, okay? And the 2 brothers will they face like 25 years in jail for, I think they said, criminal possession of a stolen property. So yeah, you guys, what a turn of events, right? Can you imagine if somebody called you and told you that they had fucking $5 million that you know that you sold a ticket? I mean, like, it's really no way for them really to have known that, other than there was a witness that saw the whole transaction go down. So yeah, I mean, what a blessing for this man, right? They said that the man been living, you know, pretty much hand to mouth for the last 7 years. So yeah, it's a good story. You know, it's terrible that it happened the way it did, but it's a good story when it turns out like this. So yeah, man came up $5 million. Damn. As happy as I am that they fired Coach Brown from the Lakers. Okay, I think I don't even know why they had brought him on to the organization, because you guys knew that he had so many problems with LeBron James, you know, and big stars like that and big egos like that, and I couldn't see how he was going to be able to blend well with Kobe and the rest of us over on the West Coast. So yeah, he's been there since last year, and you know, I never was a fan of him being there, and I'm glad he's gone. For a minute there, it was looking like they was going to bring Phil Jackson back. You know, they had been talking to Phil Jackson, but they ended up going with somebody else. I don't even know the man's name. I don't care who the man is. I'm just glad that the other one is gone. I really want the Lakers to get it together. I mean, I know they got a new team, you know, and everybody's trying to fill each other out and try to figure out their roles, and, you know, just, I know all of that, but still, it's just like, okay, now I'm I'm getting sick of this now. I know that we ain't gonna win everything, but I need them to do a little bit better than they've been doing. With the adjustments, I think that the people that have left the team have really just gone crazy. Now, y'all saw what went on with Lamar Odom when he left. I mean, he had such a hard time. Poor thing, got out there to Dallas and got to cussing everybody out in the damn locker room and crying and shit. He want to go back to LA and, you know, this, that, and the other. He got his wish. I mean, he's with the Clippers, but at least he's still back in LA, right? Now we got Andrew Bynum. Y'all seen a picture of Andrew Bynum? What the fuck is wrong with him? Y'all, he didn't grow out his hair. Okay, he got an afro or whatever, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But what he done went and did is he done brushed it down like a mullet. Okay, it almost looks like somebody put a helmet on top of his hair and pushed it down. And you guys know that he was sitting on the sidelines of a game the other day because he was injured with this mullet afro. He really looked like he done went crazy. I think it's a curse once you leave the team that you actually lose your mind just a little bit. I'm not going to keep on beating a dead horse or whatever the saying goes, but I just got to tell you guys a little bit of information about CeeLo. Now, I told you guys about what happened with him and the girl out in LA and how she said she was date raped and everything. Well, it kind of turns out that it might be a little bit more to that story, that they actually have dated in the past and probably have had sex in the past. So it wasn't necessarily him just meeting somebody and deciding that he was going to, you know, force him to sleep with him. It was more so, you know, I guess he really was trying to add to the excitement of the date, because fuck, she probably was gonna fuck you anyway, so what you going through all of that? But remember I told you guys how he was an asshole to my girlfriend? Okay, I don't think I ever told you guys exactly what happened, but at the Django's out here in Atlanta is a club, and back in the day, I haven't been there in so long, but back in the day, when you would go upstairs, it was the VIP section. And my girlfriend was sitting in the VIP section with a whole bunch of other people. And it wasn't reserved for them or anything, but they were all just sitting there just because it was open and nobody had told them that they needed to leave. CeeLo Green and his crew, his entourage get there and they're like, we're going to be sitting in this section. So that's fine. That's good, right? Okay, everybody gets up, right? Okay, well, my girlfriend is getting up and this motherfucker come up to her and was like, bitch, I said get out the fucking way. She was like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, get the fuck out, bitch. You and all your ugly ass bitch ass friends and all this ridiculous rude ass shit. My friend was just like, nigga, what is you talking about? And you guys have turned into a big old argument. You know, he was just such an asshole, and it was so unnecessarily so because everybody was already moving anyway. I mean, fuck, everybody knew they wasn't supposed to be in the damn VIP. So from that day on, I just was just like, I don't like CeeLo. That's why I'm going to tell you guys about him getting into a fight with two women back in 2011 in Miami. Evidently, the girls was at his hotel, and you know, they was having a good time or whatever. But some words got exchanged, and he was just like, "Bitch, you need to get the fuck out." And I was just like, "Wow, that surely does sound familiar." He tried to throw the girls out, literally pushing them out the door, and they all got to fighting. And how about CeeLo fought his ass back? I was just so, you know, just let you know that this ain't bad. We ain't gonna put it past CeeLo with the short arms, okay? Don't like CeeLo, and I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with this whole case with him and his, you know, sleeping with the girlfriend friend and the date rape drug. Oh, the reality recap is a whole lot today. Well, let's get started with the Basketball Wives LA. The Basketball Wives LA just filmed their reunion show just this past weekend, I believe, and they say that the reunion show was crazy, off the charts hot. Mostly because they had Bambi on there, and it was funny that Bambi was even there because Laura was sure that Bambi was not going to be on the reunion show when they were going back and forth on Twitter, and Bambi was just like, I'll see you at the reunion, and Laura was just like, the reunion is just for the cast. Well, it looks like they did let Bambi come to the reunion, and Bambi set it off. Bambi got up there and was just like, listen, I know a lot of people in the hood, okay, and it's been known that Gloria has ran all up and through Black Wall Street. You guys, Black Wall Street is the gang, or the, you know, the associates, you want to say, of the game, rapper The Game. They're saying that she slept with quite a few people from Black Wall Street all the way up to the game, and I did hear that last season as well. That was supposed to be the big reason why Matt Barnes broke up with her. Why they broke up back in the day is because of her sleeping around with The Game. And The Game, actually, I think he even talked about it in a song of his, said something about her. Bambi was just like, she's a whore, you know, she slept around, she fucked this person, she fucked that person, blah, blah, blah. And they say that Gloria just sat there and was pretty calm. You guys know how Gloria can be anyway. And Gloria was just like, you know, whether it's true or not, I love Matt and that's who I'm with now. Now that don't really sound like a denial to me. Does that sound like a denial to you? I'm gonna be willing to bet that Gloria probably did fuck quite a few people. I don't know what she was going through last season. But yeah, it looked like Gloria was getting her fuck on. They also said that a lot of the talk in the studio was about the fact that she slept with Gilbert Arenas. Now, I have been hearing this too, and this is another thing that's been floating around since last season. And supposedly that's kind of what they had said that Jackie had said. You guys, they had said that Gloria had slept with Gilbert Arenas, and Laura didn't know this. Like, I guess this was supposed to be the time before Laura and Gilbert Arenas got together. I'm not real clear on if it was whether or not they were together already or if it was after they had been together, but whatever it was, that's some more tension, and that's the reason why they're saying that the two sisters relationship is kind of screwed up right now. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna see. The reunion show actually might be better than the damn show in this case. And while we're talking about Gloria, let's talk about her webisode series, shall we? I was looking on the YBF today and I saw they had her 5-minute webisode, the first episode, and it is called, let me get these words right for you, The Chronicles of V. And I believe the first episode is called The Double-Edged Sword. So if you guys want to see it, you guys go on and YouTube that. I'm sure it's on YouTube. And you guys, it is quite comical. I'm actually not sure if it's supposed to be a comedy or what, but it's all supposed to be so real cloak and daggerish. You know, she's supposed to be kind of like this Angelina Jolie-ish person, but you know, people confuse Mystique for just being just drab, you know, and you know, she just, you know, instead of her saying her lines and having any kind of oomph or pizzazz to it, you know, she just kind of talks like this. She's real kind of flat like this. And when she's doing her ballet, she's kind of like, it's no grace, it's no move, it's no flow or nothing. It's just, you guys have to see it. It's really, it's really quite comical. Funny thing about it, you guys remember when Dave Chappelle said that everything looked better in slow motion? I mean, just look. Didn't that look much better in slow motion? Didn't that look cool in slow motion? Okay, it was the same thing with Gloria. Her whole fight scene, the whole fight scene that she has with the girl in the movie, in the little webisode, is in slow motion. And it really makes it change up the whole thing, because I bet you that little fight scene before they put it in slow motion was a whole bunch to be wished for. I want you guys to try to find it, okay? If I get a chance, I'm going to put it on my Facebook page today so you guys can get a look and see. But you guys, it is really interesting. Really interesting. I'm gonna need Gloria to take a couple more acting lessons. The original Basketball Wives in Miami, they have started filming this week. I did see on Twitter, both Evelyn and Tammy both had made reference to them filming this week. So yeah, it looks like they are back on, and I think they're saying that the show will be back on VH1 sometime in February or something like that. And it's true, Royce will not be there, Jennifer will not be there, Keisha will not be there. So I don't know, I haven't heard anything about any replacements. I guess as of now, it's just Shawnee, Evelyn, Kenya, and Tammy. And that don't really sound like that's going to be anything interesting to watch, but we'll see. Maybe, you know, maybe Kenya will still bring it for us. And while we're talking about Evelyn, you guys, let's just talk about Evelyn and Chad. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about them no more, but I got to just bring this part up. Now, you guys know that Evelyn and Chad got the divorce after he headbutted her, and, you know, she hurried up and got the divorce and went on Ayanla and went on the news and was crying and saying how, you know, this and that and the other. Now, it looks like these two have been sub-tweeting and sub-IGing on Instagram. I mean, they have been going back and forth so much that it's so obvious that these two are talking to each other. I don't know if they're talking to each other off of the damn social media websites, but they definitely for damn sure doing it on them, okay? They, every single night for the last week or something like that, I have noticed that every time that Evelyn says that she's going to bed, you know, and then she'll say goodnight, and then she'll come back on and she'll put the two little eyes that look like this, the icon, the emote icon on your iPhone. You guys, if you guys have an iPhone, you guys know what I'm talking about. She'll put that on as if I'm watching. And then right after that, Chad will put the same eyes on as if I'm watching too. And I'm just like, yeah, y'all watching. I'm fucking watching this too. I'm gonna need for the two of you guys to work this shit out. I really think that they broke up too fast. You know, I'm not saying that she was wrong or right in whatever she decided to do with her life. You know, if somebody hits you, then, you know, you got the right to be like, fuck it. But I just starting to think that these two are just clearly not done with each other. And I just am just about ready for them to just fucking work it out. Somebody told me that this is a Chris Brown Rihanna 2.0, and it probably is. I think it probably is. I think these two will end up back together. Now, you guys, Real Housewives of Atlanta has been a stone cold success, and everybody knows it. NeNe was talking to a reporter the other day, and she said, you know why Real Housewives of Atlanta is such a hit? Is because I'm on the show. You got to love that NeNe. NeNe is a big draw for the show, but I think that all the other girls have probably gathered up their own amount of fans as well. Even though NeNe is a big star, you know, she cannot carry that show completely on her own. She has to have other people to act off of. So yeah, it kind of is big-headed of NeNe to say that, and maybe she was just kind of just joking around. You know, she meant it, but not really, but really. What she did say that made a whole lot of sense is the reason why Lisa Wu, Deshawn Snow, and Sheree are no longer on the show is because they were boring and that they did not use the platform to really, you know, make their lives seem interesting. And I will 100% stand behind that, because I can't remember what. I know Lisa was trying to do something closet freak, but that seemed like that just happened like out the blue, like at the last minute. She knew Sheree was trying to do her, you know, She by Sheree, so then she hurried up and did some closet freak, and that bullshit looked like something that they needed to have in a circus, like as but really nobody was trying to do anything that was going to really advance them and their career on the show. So that's why the show got rid of them. So I do think that NeNe was right in that sense. Cynthia and Kenya, they still going back and forth on the damn blogs, you guys. So I guess they all have their own Bravo blogs where they're able to get on and say whatever they want to say, and you know, all of that. Answer back to their fans of what, you know, clarify what happened on the show. Remember that Kenya said when she met with Candy and Phaedra, Kenya told them that the reason why she went to the judging in the first place is because Jet Magazine had asked her to judge. You probably shouldn't lie about stuff like that when everybody is watching on the TV and it's so easy to dispute. So Cynthia gets on Bravo and she was like, let me tell you one damn thing, okay? The Cynthia Bailey School of Modeling and Fashion is mine. Nobody is able to have anything go down in that place other than me. The Jet did not ask for her. As a matter of fact, they was not really all that excited about having her there. I'm the one that talked to her. She didn't seem like she had shit else to do, and I said, why don't you come on down to my school and help judge? So that's where it came from. As far as her saying that she had this bodyguard and the bodyguard threw my assistant out, she had some man, I really thought he was some fucking body in her family that rode with her, you know, he needed a ride somewhere and rode with her up to my school, and we had a few words and I told him to sit his fat ass down, and he wasn't throwing nobody out. So you know, Cynthia was just like, I don't really know where Kenya's coming from with all these new stories and everything, but that's how it went down, and that's how it's always gonna go down as far as my school of modeling and fashion is concerned. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I love me some Real Housewives of Atlanta, because this is some grown woman bullshit, okay? It ain't the kids fighting and all of that. It's grown women my age. When I look at it, I just smile, because I be like, look, we all old bitches, just crazy. And then, you guys, in the Braxton family values news, the Braxton sisters are all trying to shop around a daytime show. They're in Los Angeles and they're trying to get their show on the air. This is going to be Tony, Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina, and their mom. They're saying that the show is going to be like The View, you know, or like, you know, the format of any of these daytime shows, Wendy Williams or whatever, where they'll have like a gossip section. I think they said they're going to call it a Spill the Tea. They're going to have a relationships advice section. Alright, Braxton, y'all know none of y'all got right relationships. Now y'all need to cut that out. They're going to have fashion segments and makeup segments, and they're even going to have celebrity guests. So like I said, it's going to be like Wendy Williams or any of these other daytime talk shows. It's only going to be the four sisters and the mom. Tamar will not be participating because Tamar is already doing a nighttime talk show with Tiny, and I see that they've already started recording for it. I didn't know that they actually still had got it signed on, like green lighted, that it was really going to happen. I mean, I had heard that it was going to happen, but I didn't know that they had already started recording. But I've seen pictures that they're recording, and you know, it's Tiny and Tamar. It's going to be real interesting. Like, I can't wait to see what they talking about on this show, but okay. And just in some little sad news, you guys, for Tony's Georgia mansion out here that she had bought back in 2004, well, you guys, it went through foreclosure. We already kind of saw on the Behind the Music all the different financial problems that Toni Braxton has had in the past. Most recently, her bankruptcy in 2010 that she had to file for when she got sick. She tried to save her home by filing bankruptcy that time, and it don't look like it's worked. They said that she's missed like 10 payments. She bought this house back in 2004, like I said, for like $1.5 million. Went to foreclosure, wasn't able to save it, and it is on sale for $1.1 million right now. So, you know, all these houses they got for sale between Usher's house and Toni Braxton's house. I don't see why Kim can't get her clan all to go just buy one of them houses there. By be fine. See how it worked out? I worked that out for y'all. Alright, you guys, that's it. So we do this every week. So make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.